yourself a drink and I'll be down in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Out of town or whatever, we don't give a fuck. The deal is done, now the cake been baked. They need to come on with the drama, whatever they gonna do.
What's cracking, pimps? What is going on? And welcome to episode 17 of the Mac Daddy Seminar. As always, I'm your host, Taylor Dunn, and I'm just going to come right out and say it. You know what? I'm sorry that I didn't post a video last week. I've had a couple of people message me, a couple of you loyal listeners say, hey, when are you going to post a video? Well, this is what happened. I recorded an episode and tried to upload it, and for some reason, my computer took a shit. And to be honest with you, it wasn't even that great of an episode anyway, because not a whole lot has been going on. I've just been concentrating on writing. I haven't really been doing a lot of stand-up lately. I've just been working, and yeah. You know, that's how it be like that sometimes, you know? But this past week, man, was actually pretty eventful. I was actually, ready to do an episode again, which it's been a little while because, like I said, not a whole lot's been going on. So, yeah. It's episode 17. I've been getting ready for this San Diego trip here in a couple of weeks. Just, kind of saving money and just chilling a little bit, getting my stuff together. And I've decided that episode, I don't know what it'll be. It'll be it'll probably be episode 20. Either episode 19 or 20, because I'm going to do one more next week, and that'll be 18. And then, yeah. But I'm probably not going to post an episode while I'm in San Diego, because I'll be there for a week, and I'll just be moving around so much. I got so much going on while I'm there. But I'll probably just upload it the following week. Either way, that is going to be my first video podcast episode. It's going to be more or less like a vlog, but I figured, why not take advantage of the situation, and I'm just going to upload that, and that's going to be my podcast. So, yeah. I've been getting ready for this San Diego trip. I'm super excited about it. This past week, most of you have probably heard his songs, but you don't recognize his name. But one of my favorite rappers lives right here in good old Mississippi. And his name is Afroman, okay? Look, you're going to know his songs like Because I Got High and Colt 45 among, some of his great hits, but I've always wanted to see him perform live. Well, I had the opportunity to last Friday night. Me and a couple of buddies from work, we all got in the car, and it was my buddy's Mustang, and we drove up to Hattiesburg, which is about an hour from where I live. And my friend, for some reason, I don't know what the reason is, but I don't know if he's trying to impress me, like we're on a date. He thinks I'm going to get all hot and bothered from his car, which I have absolutely zero interest in cars. Like, oh, this car goes fast. Who gives a shit? Because I don't. So what does he do? He lays down on the gas and makes the car go 130 something miles per hour. Now, that's okay. Obviously, we're all still alive. But for me to say that I wasn't... You could have put a piece of coal in my ass and I would have pushed out a diamond. That's how tight my butthole was clenched. And he did that the entire ride, which was okay at the time because we were running kind of late and I didn't want to get there too late. But, you know, he was speeding and I was scared. So we get to Hattiesburg, and the only friend of mine that is single is, but I'm not going to say anybody's name, but the guy that we had in the back, let's just call him Brian, okay? That's not his real name, but that's what we're going to call him. My friend and Brian are with me. Now, my friend is married, has a little girl, right, just like me. And then we got Brian in the back seat. He's younger than the both of us, and he's single. Now, we pull up at a stoplight in Hattiesburg, and a car pulls up next to us, and they are like waving us down. Now, I'm thinking that my buddy's car is on fire because he's been fucking coming from another dimension with how goddamn fast he was going on the interstate a few minutes before that. But no, we roll the window down, they're like, "Hey, what y'all doing tonight?" I'm like, "Shit, we're going to see Afroman." You know? I'm like, "Okay, well, hit us up when you get there." You know, so of course my buddy in the back seat is already excited because, you know, he thinks some girls are going to be there. And to be honest with you, it was a college town, and there were. Well, my buddy has already been drinking a good amount of alcohol. Now, when I say this, don't take it the wrong way, okay? Before I tell this story, I get it that the behavior is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form, and I do not advocate this type of behavior. But I also believe that people make mistakes. So do I think he's a bad person? No, I don't. I just think he had a lapse of judgment due to the fact that he had drank so much alcohol. So, we go to this bar, and we get in there, and we're drinking. I'm drinking. My buddy who drove, he's the DD. He's just hanging out, having a good time. And we start drinking. Afroman is an hour and 30 minutes late to his own concert, which is cool because it gives us some time to kind of get in there, get settled in, have a couple of drinks, you know, whatever. Well, my buddy is drinking a lot faster than I am. I have a drink, then I have another drink, and then I get a cup of water. Because if I do not do that routine, if I do not do that drinking ritual while I'm drinking, I will wake up the next day dead, essentially. The last, 5 hangovers I got, it's because I did not drink water while I was drinking alcohol. Now, some people might say, "Oh, Dunn, you're a lightweight." Well, that's okay, because I would rather get up the next day after drinking and remember what happened, and 2, be able to function like a normal human being. But, you know, to each his own. If you want to be hungover all day long, be my guest. I've had that fun. I'm not going to do it anymore. Right? Cool. So he is on a sprint drinking. Whiskey after whiskey after whiskey after whiskey after Vegas bomb, whiskey, Vegas bomb, diesel fuel, whiskey. Right? I'm just chilling. I realize that he may have already had too much when he turns to talk to me, and this motherfucker's eyes are going 2 separate directions. But it wasn't a need for alarm, because, you know, I'm like, okay, he's had a lot to drink. I've gone out with friends, and they've drank a lot before. It's cool, you know, whatever. His speech is slurred. But I look at my buddy, and he's worried. The guy that drove us is worried, you know? And I'm like, look, I won't drink that much. It's going to be fine. If he gets unruly, we'll just leave. Okay? Afroman comes out, starts playing a couple songs. We're getting into it. We're kind of vibing, right? Having a good time. Well, me, because I've drank so much water and so much, you know, I've had a couple of drinks, I have to pee. Get up, go to the bathroom, come back. My buddy's already had another, Brian's already had another 2 drinks. So I'm like, great. So he's starting to get drunk, and he's starting to act kind of inappropriately. He's tapping people on the shoulder as they walk by, and they turn around and look, and he just laughs. Okay? Not the worst thing you can do, but hold on, it gets worse. After a couple of more drinks, he starts to trip people as they walk by. Now, at this point, I'm like, hey, dude, you need to chill out. Because, 1, it's not really fucking funny what you're doing. And 2, somebody is probably going to turn around and slap the shit out of you for what you're doing. That I said my piece. But I'm the type of person of, you know, you just got to let nature happen. If somebody's doing something stupid, the best way to get them to stop and never do it again is let the consequences come after them. Well, then he does the unthinkable. And once again, before I say this, I just want people to know that I talked to him about this, and he feels terrible. He can't believe he did it, and he honestly feels bad. But I had to talk about it on here. He started touching the butts of the girls that walked by. He only did it to about 4 or 5 girls. And that's all it took. Because the bartender saw him do this and made a beeline for him and grabbed him by his throat. I'm just standing there like, oh, shit. Because I had just seen him do this, and before I could tell my buddy, like, hey, we need to go because somebody's going to beat the shit out of this guy. The bartender comes over and grabs him by his throat and says, you get the fuck out of here now. And then carries him out of the bar like a bad child. And we left. And the next day, we're like, hey, do you remember what you did? And he's like, yeah, I feel really bad. I feel like I'm super sorry for what happened. And, you know, he said he's going to chill on the drinking a little bit, you know? So, once again, I didn't say anybody's names. And the guy in question knows how I feel. But it was a good time. Like, we had a good time still. And to be honest with you, we were kind of ready to leave because, you know, it was late. You know, we got kids. Me and my driver, you know, we got children at home. I can't be getting home at 4 o'clock in the morning anymore because I'm starting to get old. And so that happened. It was already like 1 o'clock in the morning. We had to drive an hour back to where we live, you know, and we made it. So, yeah. But anyway, the craziest thing that happened, I got a couple of videos from the concert, and I posted them to Instagram, and I tagged Afroman in them. And he actually reached out to me on Instagram. He messaged me and asked me if I could send some videos to him, the ones that I got, to his personal phone number. So yes, as of right now, I have Afroman, the rapper's phone number. Now, to most people, that isn't a big deal. But to me, that's like having fucking Spider-Man's phone number. This is one of my, like, childhood heroes. And I got his phone number now. And he's from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He lives an hour from me. I'm trying to hang out with this dude. You know? I sent him the videos, and he actually tried to call me while I was taking a nap, and I didn't answer. And I keep questioning, like, should I try and call it back to see if it's really him? And he posted the video I sent him on Instagram. So I'm sure it's him. It's either him or somebody he works with. But yeah. You know, it's pretty cool. I'm just saving it for like a rainy day when I'm really bored. I'm just going to call Afroman and be like, hey, what's up, dude? Are you trying to hang out? You trying to like play guitar or some shit? But yeah, other than that, you know, off step and my buddy making a poor decision, it was a good night and we had fun. And I woke up the next day and I wasn't hungover at all. And me and my wife went to go see, I've been wanting to talk about this too. This is a big one. Me and my wife went to go see Jordan Peele's new movie, Us. And we were not disappointed. If you haven't seen Us, you need to take your ass down to the movie theater and watch it. And it's good. I almost will say that it's better than Get Out. I liked it more than I liked Get Out. Because I don't know, it was just something about it. Lupita, I think this is, I'm sure I'm butchering her name, but Lupita Nyong'o, her performance was amazing. Okay? Like, she's one of my favorite actresses right now after the performance she gave in Us. That's how good it was. I loved it. The whole movie was good. And I'm so tired of the cliche shit that is on, like, what's out in movies now. Like, I'm so tired of seeing these damn superhero movies, a few horror movies, and remakes. And then every blue moon, something good comes out that's original, that you can go watch, and it's good. And it was. I wouldn't even call it a horror film. It was more like a suspense. It's not scary. It wasn't scary. It was good. You know, it has a horror-like premise. It's a thriller, but it's not like jump scares, really. You know? There are parts of it that are scary, that kind of give you the chills and is creepy, but it's not a scary movie. Just like Get Out wasn't scary. There were creepy moments, but it makes you think. It was a good film. You know, it's something fun to go watch. Makes you think, makes you talk about it when you leave the theater. So many people just make shit movies, and it, like, everybody's freaking the fuck out over this Avengers Endgame trailer that just came out, and it's like, everybody knows what the hell is gonna happen. What are we gonna watch it for? Let me tell you right now, I watched Infinity War. So, I watched it, and it was okay. There's just too much shit going on, you know? And literally, as soon as the movie came out, people, one, spoiled the ending for people that hadn't seen it by making stupid-ass memes that honestly weren't even that funny. And they're still doing it to this day. The movie's already a year old, and they're still making these dumbass memes with people evaporating. And then you got everybody's talking about their stupid theories about what's going to happen. Let me tell you something. They're not going to stop making these goddamn movies. So they're going to he's going to lose in the end. He won in the first one, and now they're going to beat him. The end. That is how they beat Thanos. The end. And everybody keeps saying how Ant-Man is going to crawl on his ass and expand. What the fuck? I would die if that actually happened. That would be the funniest ending. I would go see it if that happened. But yeah, it's dumb, you know? And I like it when a director is, you know, he takes risks and makes an original concept and makes a good movie, you know? Don't even get me started on this Quentin Tarantino movie that's about to come out. Oh my God. I about fucking fainted when I saw the trailer for it. I am a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. That is my favorite director. I've seen absolutely everything that he has put out, and I cannot fucking wait for this new movie with Brad Pitt. That's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That shit looks so good. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. I like Brad Pitt. And I love Quentin Tarantino. So bet your ass that the day that comes out, I will be in a seat in that theater. But yeah. I've been watching all of the Quentin Tarantino movies. I watched The Hateful Eight last night. I watched both of the Kill Bills. Like I'm just gonna watch them all before this movie comes out. That's how much I like them. I'm sure it will be good. The only Quentin Tarantino movie that I didn't absolutely love was Jackie Brown. And I'm going to try and watch it again because I just don't think I understood it the time I watched it. I was like 18. So I feel like if you watch something when you're 18 and you don't like it, watch it again a couple of years later and you might enjoy it. You know, that's everything. Just try it again in a couple of years. Maybe you will have matured enough to understand it more, you know? But yeah, man, I think that's about it. I think that's about it for this episode. Once again, I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate all the support. And be on the lookout to hear me on another podcast. Stuff You Should Do with Cameron Bickley should be out here in about a week or so. I'm going to be on that podcast. Keep on the lookout for my stand-up whenever I post videos or any clips of it. If you're a fan, you know, make sure you check that out. And be on the lookout for my first ever video podcast, which will be out in about 2 weeks or so. And with that, I will see you guys next week.